The series I'm working on now is a chess set. And it's all equine. It's a fundraiser. It's a very big fundraiser. It's luster versus raccoon.
So what Valerie Freeman has done is she's played with a lot of these ideas relating to Duchamp of art and chess and installation. She's taken all these different tangents and combined them and brought into it the idea of Beatrice Wood's luster glazes, for instance. One set is made of the luster glazes, and played with this idea of Beatrice Wood and Duchamp, and celebrating that relationship and celebrating those things that were important to them. And of course, something that's important to Valerie is the world of horses, and Ojai is the center of horse ranches. So in a way, there's an element to the piece that's very much about Ojai. The bringing horses into it feels like Ojai. It has all of the conceptual aspects and intellectual aspects of Duchamp, installation, concept, and then of course with Beatrice Wood and the craft movement and this idea that this is something that you play this game and you move these chess pieces. So it's sort of all tied together in this work.
Why chess? Well, the big thing had to do with Duchamp, but also my life, I grew up playing chess when I was very young, and I feel that it really has helped me with life strategy and going through life and planning and having an idea and keep going and going with the flow and working together as a community, as a team with the players. And it's a fabulous to stimulate your brain. Hi, lady.
A lot of people that came to see Beatrice Wood wanted to know about Duchamp. They wanted to hear the stories. Beatrice Wood was an eyewitness to the birth of modernism, modern art, contemporary art, conceptualism. She was there in 1917, working alongside these people. And she did tell those stories. She loved to talk about Marcel Duchamp because I think she was in love with him, and I think she was in love with a lot of people. But to the end of her life, she really pined for Marcel Duchamp. She loved him because he was such an inspiring figure in her life. So she would often tell visitors to her studio the stories of Duchamp. And Beatrice Wood had a saying that between men and women, it's fun playing chess with the heart. That may have come from the influence of Duchamp, this idea of chess, because she knew that he loved chess. And she was very interested in relationships, men and women. And there is that, chess is about movement and strategy. And you do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And that's the way relationships play out. And I think Beatrice Wood loved that. And so there was that relationship with her. And that's why when a book did come out, it was called Playing Chess with the Heart, which was a series of quotes and photographs of Beatrice Wood. Well, it's an interesting thing. Marcel Duchamp changed the art world. He basically came along and turned everything upside down with conceptualism. He gave birth to conceptualism. So Duchamp was this wonderful artist, but he quit making art, or he claimed that he quit making art because he loved to play chess so much. So he left the world of conceptual art and supposedly was just playing chess, which he was doing. He loved chess. I think chess served him in the same way art did. It challenged him. There were all these different ways of looking at it. He had a certain intellectualism that I think he was able to apply, a certain strategic thinking about art that he then applied to chess. The luster glaze that Beatrice Wood employs, and there's lots of different applications of lusters and ways they manifest. But lusters are very difficult and they're very, very unpredictable. I have two different professors of art who have been given access to Beatrice Wood's recipe books to work to replicate her lusters. And both of them, they're professors of art, trained in chemistry, really working to perfect it. They never get it quite, neither of them can understand why it's not always the same. And they keep trying, and they can't figure it out. They follow all the same steps, and they come out differently. And it's part science, but it's part alchemy. There's something else going on there that they can't quite get their heads around.
Usually in the raku process, you get a little bit of luster on the ware. And the whole idea of having a little bit of luster on the ware gave Valerie the idea that half of this chess set, including the tile, should be done with the luster process. And so those are being done at the Vito Center. Half the set is being done up there with a luster process, and half is being done here in my studio as a full raku process, where we get a little bit of luster, but not much.
Well, the luster versus the raku is that's it. It's just a play on words, but also a play with glazes, because Beatrice is known for her luster glazes, and raku is a type of luster glaze, but supposedly not as permanent as the luster. So that's why I went for the luster versus the raku with the ceramics.
We took some of the original recipes that were developed for raku at that time and actually made the glazes, and through firing a couple of different times by using slips and the raku glazes that we knew would crackle, developed a faux raku. In other words, it looked like raku, it looks like raku, but it's actually a low fire process where we fired several times with the same object.
Bringing the whole community together and the whole world together, and that we're all, you know, on the inside, we're all the same. We're all have the spirit of light and love, and you know, that we're all caring about each other. And if we can learn through playing chess and use those lessons for life,